Hi, everybody. Very good evening to all of you, and welcome to Talk with Satish series, which we've been running from past couple of weeks. And I'm very excited to have a very senior leader with us in terms of Swati Hede, who's going to join us in this discussion and also would be answering some of the questions which the readers have put forth to us from her perspective. So I would like to introduce Swati Hede into this discussion. Swati, welcome to this online series. Over to you, Swati, a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Satish. Thanks for the introduction. So just a little bit about myself. I have over 2 decades of experience in the IT industry. Currently, I am handling a portfolio of business risk manager for cloud infrastructure services.
Okay.
I worked in different functions over the 2 decades, starting from sales to delivery, client management, account management, and also different industrial sectors.
Okay.
So it's been great, and I'm happy to share experiences today.
Okay. It's a pleasure, Swati, and Swati is one of the most senior and very well-known senior leader in the industry. It's a privilege to have you, Swati, on this session. And as everybody knows, we will be moving on to the questions which my team has already shortlisted. So I will be sharing the first question, which is being already selected, and in terms of me and Swati will try to share our own perspective in terms of how these things could be kind of handled. So the first question is, it's come from Anirudh Bangalore. So Anirudh Bangalore talks about in terms of we are often wired to say yes to our superiors. However, there may be situations wherein we might have to say no. Now, how do we do it in an extremely professional and mature manner? So this is what Anirudh is talking about in terms of you're often wired to say yes, which I'm sure most of you can relate to. Swati, what is your thoughts on this? The first question, what do you think Anirudh means, and how do you think somebody at Anirudh level can handle this?
Yeah, I can relate to this. It is very difficult to say no, because it's very hard. We are wired. You're right. He's right in saying that we are wired to say yes. But there are occasions where we do need to say no, and the way I would look at it is, first we have to try to preempt such a situation. And not allow it to happen. And when do we need to say no? It is sometimes when there is a lot of workload and there is some more tasks that are given to us, or there is a deadline which is very unrealistic. But there are some tasks that which maybe we are not interested in doing. We also need to see what is the context. Whether this is a habit or this is a one-time situation. So if a manager asks us to do something and it's really a need of the hour, I think we should step up to it. However, if it's a habit, then the way to preempt these things are, first of all, I think it's a good practice to have a weekly task planner which is shared with the manager one-to-one. And also set up the priorities for the week. So if there is something that comes in, we can also negotiate on the priorities, saying, would you like me to drop this, or is it okay if I give this later?
Okay.
And also go back with some logical reasons as to why it cannot be done. It's also a good idea to give solutions, or alternatives. Saying, if I cannot do it, then maybe someone else in the team can help, and then go up to it and solve the problem for the manager. So it's win-win for both.
Okay. And what about how we do it in extremely professional and matured manner, Swati? How do you think is the right thing to do somebody like Anirudh?
So I think, yes, for any communication, it has to be professional. First of all, be empathetic. And say that, yes, I understand that this is required to be done. And then give the reasons and the facts, and stick to facts, and say why it cannot be done, or why it cannot be done in this time frame, whatever the case may be. And then list options, give the manager options, and put the ball in his court, and make it his call to or his or her call to decide, what they would like to do.
But why do you think most of them are wired to say yes to superiors? Do you come more often people or employees or your colleagues who are wired to say yes all the time?
So everyone likes to please and to conform. We are also sometimes intimidated by the post and the designation of the person. You know, it's the senior, so we don't want to ruffle feathers. You're also thinking about how will it impact my career. You know, what will happen to my rating, or what will happen to my progression. So it's the desire to please and to conform. I think that's the reason, but it varies from industry to industry. There are industries where it is okay to go and you know, argue or debate as to why it cannot be done or why you don't want to do it, and it's perfectly acceptable. So I think we need to tune in to the one is the culture of the organization, the culture of the industry, and also you know, which country you are in. So the cultural aspects do, and nuances do matter.
So, Swati, how would it, like somebody like me, if I'm having a multicultural teams across different continents, how would I know which culture? How will I be able to switch, like say, from Japan to US, Europe, and India? Would it be difficult for somebody to keep switching between culture to culture?
Certainly it is challenging, you know, because we are used to more of our culture, and then to understand and then to flex our style for the different cultures, it is certainly challenging, but it's not impossible. I think we have to slowly learn the ropes, and starting with our culture, dealing once we are comfortable. It's, I think, what really matters is the culture of the organization that you're working for, because it's an unsaid, and there's no written rule, but it's unsaid. We can talk to our seniors and see if you're new to the company. I think these are some of the things that you need to pick up during induction. What does the manager like? How does he or she prefer to be addressed? What even certain communications, whether on the phone, telephone, or how formal is it, and how informal is it? Is it acceptable or not? And then study the cultures. We have to study the cultures of the people whom we work with, and yes, we need to adapt and flex our styles accordingly.
You know what, Swati, in my area of work where I coach a lot of senior executives, one of the top reasons why burnouts happen amongst executives is they're kind of not, you know, ready to say no. They most of the time they say yes, and they take on projects, they take on more work that they can do, and suddenly they realize they do not have time and they get burnt out. So probably for the people who are looking at this, reading, viewing this, it's very important what Swati has said, to pick on these, the learnings from her and try to implement it and see if we can kind of, at least start saying no in a small way, and then you can build on.
Yes, so I'll give you my own personal example later, but coming to this, it is very important to set expectations,
okay,
which is what we don't do. Okay, upfront set expectations about when we will be available, what are our priorities. I'll just give you a short example about myself. When I joined this multinational company, I was a global leader. I'm a global leader. Initially, I was working almost 3 shifts with only 4 hours of sleep. Okay, and I had even got the tagline "Swati never sleeps." Okay, just like City never sleeps. So I was burning out, in the sense it did impact my health. And then I realized, how we have to tune into when does the work start. If you're working with a European organization, for example, and the work starts at noon or past, then you have that morning time which is available for yourself. Go to whatever fitness routine you want, or to your family, or whatever else, or your hobbies, or catch up on your administration work. So we need to plan our day according to the people we work with and the time zones we work with. Okay. Otherwise, we are going to burn out. And set expectations saying that, this time is my fitness routine, and make it known. Or this is my family time that I wouldn't want to compromise on, and share that.